With Miranda Kahn, J.D. Hayworth back with you now on Newsmax Prime. And Miranda, more problems after the IRS was in court and documents there revealed that Lois Lerner used a second email address, a personal account, to conduct government business.
Yeah, that account was set up under the name Toby Miles, which happens to be the name of Lerner's dog. The new information raises, of course, a lot of questions about the IRS, the Justice Department, and why it wasn't revealed by both agencies anytime sooner. And
with these revelations, will Ms. Lerner end up in the doghouse or the big house? For more, let's welcome in Tom Fitton, the president of Judicial Watch. He joins us via Skype from Washington. Tom is also the author of The Corruption Chronicles and executive producer of the documentary District of Corruption. Tom, it's good to have you back here on Newsmax Prime. This mess, how on earth was Lois Lerner able to get away with this?
Well, I think the IRS and Justice Department knew about this other email account for some time. There was a letter from Congress last year in April where they alerted the IRS or referenced this account in a letter asking for a criminal investigation. So the Justice Department knew about it, the IRS knew about it, but they waited a long time, 2 years really after the scandal was uncovered, to alert the court in our Freedom of Information Act case about this new source of potential information responsive, where there may be documents from the IRS responsive to our requests.
Do you think that the use of a personal email account for IRS business could lead to criminal charges?
I don't know. I don't know if it's a personal account. If she was just using it for government business, it may be a government account. If there were IRS confidential information on it, essentially confidential taxpayer information is very much protected by law. And if you violate and let it get out or leave it in unsecured locations, you can be subject to criminal prosecution. So if there was confidential IRS data on this system or on this email account, that she could be in criminal trouble.
Tom, as you folks have worked to get these Freedom of Information requests in, at this point in time, do you believe there is collusion between the Justice Department and the IRS?
Oh, no doubt. The Justice Department is conflicted, is compromised. The Justice Department, it was Judicial Watch's lawsuit, the same lawsuit, which disclosed and uncovered the fact that Lois Lerner and the Justice Department had met more than once trying to think up of ways to prosecute the very groups that Obama's IRS was suppressing. So it wasn't just about denying or stalling exemption applications or audits. They were talking about prosecuting and putting people in jail. You had the Justice Department, the FBI, and Lois Lerner. Now we expect the Justice Department and the FBI to negotiate their own involvement in this scandal or investigate. I don't understand how that's going to work. And if we had a competent system, we would have an independent counsel or at least a special counsel investigating this.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to ask you. What happens from here?
Well, we're just going to continue to keep on investigating it. The IRS alerted the court to this the other day in our case. They left a lot of questions unanswered. How many documents were there? When did they learn about it? When are we going to get these documents if there are any responsive to our Freedom of Information Act request? What it tells us is that the scandal ain't over and that the cover-up continues.
It ain't over, but it appears the administration, the Justice Department, and the IRS are just simply trying to run out the clock. Now, in terms of congressional action, a few weeks back, Republican Congressman Jason Chaffetz issued a threat to impeach the IRS Commissioner, John Koskinen. Do you expect that to move forward, and would this be part of the grounds for that impeachment?
I don't expect it to move forward, although they ought to consider strongly at launching an impeachment inquiry against the Commissioner of the IRS. In this case, the Commissioner of the IRS knew for months that the Lois Lerner emails had been deleted. Some were missing, and he waited for months before telling Congress or the court in this case. And he's delayed and denied the truth about this scandal for months since he's been appointed by President Clinton. So I don't understand why he's still IRS commissioner. Forget about impeachment. They should just not fund his position, maybe, or just do other things that Congress has the power to do to make it clear that he should no longer be there.
Tom Fitton, executive producer of the documentary District of Corruption and author of the Corruption Chronicles. Tom, we thank you very much for your insights and analysis of this ongoing, no other way to term it, it is a scandal. I'll just tell you that. And the way Koskinen acts in front of congressional committees, just in terms of his arrogance, not to mention his incompetence, it's bad news in my opinion. What's your opinion? Weigh in here. Newsmaxtv.com/comments. And we're coming back.